Hey guys, it's Yes or No. I don't know if you can tell, but I just climbed a mountain. Yeah. Yeah, NVD or anything, it's just in the Alps. Yeah, I still have about 2.5 hours to climb down though, so don't envy me too much right now. But no, got to the top and I was just, pondering life the way one does when they climb mountains. And it just got me thinking about how this past year starting life in the real world has gone. Because it's not been smooth sailing. It's been a long journey with a lot of ups and downs, and honestly some pretty hard downs. So I thought I would just give you guys a little overview of what it feels like to just what nobody ever tells you about life after college. Or hey, maybe somebody's told you and I'm just gonna tell you again. Because this has been my reality for the last 365 plus days. Alright, so essentially after graduating from college, immediately what I did was I jumped in a van with my parents and we drove 18 plus hours back to Wisconsin, where I spent the next 3 months of my life just like straight chilling. I was tanning, I was getting ready for the next stage of my life to begin. The real fun began when I moved to Paris in late September. For those of you who don't know, I was moving to Paris to teach English part-time at the French school system, and I was also going there to work on my YouTube channel part-time and explore Europe. When I got there, I was just so excited to start my life, but yeah, that's when I ran into a brick wall. Yeah, because as soon as I moved to Paris, I found the logistics of real life just smack me in the face. So what I experienced was 3 months in France fighting, and I mean fighting, like literally yelling sometimes to try and get a bank account established and to try and get Wi-Fi. I was 3 to 4 months without Wi-Fi. And here's the funny thing about moving to another country the same year that you're starting out your life after college. The funny thing is that you can never truly distinguish whether or not your problems are coming from living in a foreign country or coming from dealing with real world problems for the first time. So I didn't know if I just sucked at being a Parisian or if I just sucked at life. And there was no one there to tell me. Guys, what you need to know about my life in Paris was that I wasn't living in the Paris city center. I was living in an isolated apartment about 40 minutes outside in the suburbs. And worse yet, I didn't have Wi-Fi. So I was having all these problems, and I was so isolated in my own apartment, I had nobody to share them with. And that's one thing people don't tell you about the real world, is it's no longer like college where you're surrounded by 1,600 of your closest friends or like 7,000 of your closest. No, like that's not reality anymore. When you guys do this for the first time, or if you already have, just know if you want actual real social connections, you gotta work for them after school ends. A second thing that nobody really told me about the real world is that you might never know exactly what it is that you want to do. Sometimes you just need to choose something and stick with it. That's kind of the way I feel about YouTube, I look at all its pros, and I understand that it has cons, and its pros are just good enough that I have to be like, this is what I'm choosing, this is what I'm gonna get good at, and I'm gonna get good at it because I appreciate these aspects of it. And I feel like often we want to just know that a profession will match us so perfectly, and if it doesn't, then we feel like it's not for us. And I just don't believe that's the way it works. I've seen some of my good friends go into investment banking or consulting. They started out a year ago saying, yeah, I'm just gonna do this for a couple of years till I figure out what it is I really want to do. But the crazy thing about what you pick to do after college, you kind of keep continuing down this rabbit hole of things that are similar to it. For example, when I came out to Paris this past year, I ended up making some really good friends who live in Germany. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give Germany a try and live there. It's funny because if I had chosen to live in LA starting out right after college, maybe I'd be in San Francisco by now. And so just the choices you make immediately after college end up rolling into these bigger choices in life and end up becoming a bigger narrative. And I think people underestimate how hard it is to jump ship, mainly because you start building things into your life that you don't want to leave. And the last thing I'm gonna add, what nobody ever tells you about life after college, is that you can actually shape it however the heck you want to shape it. There's no reason you need to go into a job immediately following graduation, unless you need money. But there's no reason that you need to go into a specific type of job, right? There's no reason you need to go to a specific state, a specific country, a specific profession. You get to choose. Every day can be a fun vacation day if you want it to be. I'm working right now and I am having so much fun. So you get to shape your life. I think that's one aspect that maybe people know, but they forget. And if people aren't reminding you, I just want to, because I feel like that's so important. All right, that's it. I'm Yes or No. If you want to subscribe, you can do so down below. If you want to support me financially, you can go to my Patreon. And if you want to support me emotionally, or tell me what it is that you're doing after college, you can do that in the comments down below. I'll catch you on the flip side, home skillet. Peace.
No.